Hello everyone. In today's video, we will be seeing how we can do the auction on this platform. So we are now at the stage where we have created the tournament, add our pools, add the players, and has started the auction. So we will be actually going through the auction interface on how to handle the auction. For this specific tournament, we are going to follow the rule-based auction which we have defined, where the amounts which are going to increase for the each player bid would be predefined and fixed. Having said that, also the bidding process is going to be handled by the admin himself. So no team owners are basically allowed to do their bid on the platform directly, but they can do raising of paddle in from the room which they are handling the auction, and the tournament admin would update data here. So this is one way of doing the auction where we are doing rule base plus bidding is only allowed by to the admin and not to anyone else. There is another method where even the team owners can do the bidding directly and admin only needs to approve the sale of the player once everything is settled up. So, but in this video, we will be covering rule based admin only auction. So once you are here, you can click on join auction and go to your auction page. We have already started the auction, so this is how the view looks like. Copy links and share to watch are already covered in one of our videos on what they actually mean. The sponsors are visible here. 40 crore budget is total still pending with across the team because we have just started the auction and there are four teams which are going to take part in this auction. The team post is something which we have already covered, but I will just give you a brief insights about it. If you want a detailed video on it, do let us know in the comment section, and we will be obliged to make a video specific for that as well. But it is already covered in other videos as well, so you can check them out in the meantime. Team post is going to show all the teams which are participating in this tournament. It shows the logo, it shows how many players they have bought, how many players are still pending, what is the budget amount which they can bid, how much they have spent, what is the average amount they can spend on each player, how they are bidding, and what is the reserved amount they need to keep to ensure that 9 players are getting selected in their team. So this data would keep on refreshing after every sell and sell of players, so keep an eye on that. This data is also visible to the tournament admin, team owners, and public viewing page as well, so everyone can see this. The bid history, every bids which are sent to the admin would be captured here, so we can see the bidding wars which are going on between which teams. So let's assume that Comic Lions and Comic Eagles are in a bidding war. Their bid histories would be visible, the last 5 bid histories, so we can know which two teams are currently fighting for the particular player. Remaining players. So we have 25 players which are remaining in this pool, so we can always check them out. Do note that there are 25 left, but only 10 players would be visible here. And if you want to see more players in detail, you can go to view all 25 players in pool to check the players for the specific pool. Upcoming players. So these are the players which are part of this auction, could be part of the next pool, could be part of this pool, and these are just players which are being shown in any random order, and they are not something which would be the actual scenario on how they would come up in auction. If you want to see all the 49 players which are still up going to come into the auction, you can click on it and it would be visible. Sold players, basically these are the players which are already sold. Since this is a new auction, we have not sold any player. This is all empty. Okay, now coming to the controls which a team, sorry, a tournament organizer would need to host the auction in bidding only allowed by admin rule-based auction mode. So we see Jordan is the person, the player who has been pulled out from the bag, and basically he is the one who is going to get the auction being auctioned first. Now, what you can do is either basically you can, if let's assume that there is no one who is going to buy this player, you can skip the player. The player which are skipped would be added to the next pool of the same name, something like star players in them. You can skip them completely. For now, if you skip the player, they will be moved to the next round. Now let's assume that we are at the stage where bidding has already started, and since it is going to be done everything by from the single platform, single admin login, here we would be doing it one by one. Let's assume that Comic Lions is the team which is interested in buying Jordan. You click on Comic Lions, you start his bidding at 50 lakhs. Once you click on it, the view changes. Here you are able to see 50 lakhs. The admin control is showing you few more options. Since you have already started with the bid, now you cannot skip him because there is a buyer who is willing to buy, so there is no sense of skipping that player now. You can basically approve his sale or revert the bid if required. Now let's assume for now that once Comic Lion has bid, now Cosmic Tigers comes up and wants to increase the bid. You select Comic Tigers and click on bid. Now Comic Tigers with 55 lakhs are the one who is going to own Jordan as of now. Here also you can see base price is 50 lakhs. Bid lead is with Comic Tigers. So last bid is done by Comic Tigers and it is going is ahead by 5 lakh in amount. So 50 lakh was the base price and the bid has increased by 5 lakh. Now let's assume we go into the bidding war and Comic Lions against increase the bid 60 lakh. Comic Bulls joins in 65 lakh. Comic Tigers again 70 lakh. Comic Lions 75 lakh. Comic Eagles 80 lakh. Comic Tigers 85 lakh. So you can see what is the selected and who is currently leading. So at 90 lakh the bid is now with Comic Tigers. Now let's go to the bid history. So all the bids which we did, bids Comic Tigers, Comic Eagles, Comic Lions, Comic Tigers, Comic Wolves, and what was the amount is visible here so that we know how the bidding is going on. Now let's assume that by mistake you increase the bid of Comic Lions by 90 lakh and then you realize you did a mistake. So in that case, basically you can revert the bid as well. So if by mistake some bid has been increased by Comic and it was done by mistake, you go here. Here you have option to revert the bid. And once you click on revert bid, it will ask you to confirm that this is done by mistake. Are you sure you want to revert? If you click on it, your bid is back to 85 lakh with Comic Tigers, and you can see the things getting reflected back to its original state. Now let's assume that there are no buyers available for Jordan and every team has opted out from the bidding. So what they can do is we are going to go and sell it to Comic Tigers. Do note that active rule is currently from 0 to 1 crore bid will increase by 5 lakh is visible here, so that you can all are also aware how the bidding is going to increase. We now would be selling this player Jordan at 85 lakhs to Comic Tigers, and once we are done, we are ready to sell it and we sold. Approve sale. Once you click on approve sale, you would see an animation of with the confetti going on here and there, showing Jordan was sold to Comic Tigers for 10 seconds. Now the next player is Salvatore. Now let's assume that no one is interested in buying this player. We can immediately go and click on skip player. Once you click, he would go in the unsold bucket, and in next 10 seconds, the next player would come up. Let's say Lloyd Williamson is the next player, and this is, let's assume that this is a very good player and there is a bidding war going on for this player. Let's say Comic Wolves bid started at 50 lakhs, Comic Tigers 55, Comic Wolves 60, Comic Lions 65, Wolves at 70, Comic Lions 75, Comic Eagles 80, Wolves 85, Lions 90, Wolves 95, Lions at 1 crore. So now we are at the stage where our second rule, which was defined, comes into the picture. Now for 1 crore to 3 crore, bid would increase by 10 lakh. So if I want to do the next bid, it has to be 1.1 crore and not 1.05. Now let's say Comic Eagles does a 1.1 crore. Comic Bulls comes back firing it to 1.2. Comic Lions 1.3. Comic Wolves 1.4. This is how it will go on, and everything would automatically be updated to all the viewers who are watching the auction, to all the team members as well. And now we are in the state where, let's say, no one is ready to increase the bid by any more. We are ready to approve the sale, and we just hit the approval button, and the player is sold. So the view is very simple to understand, and there is no complex thing which needs to be done. If you have any questions, you can let us know in the comment section as well. Now let's go to the team pose, which might have been updated. Now we know that there are Comic Wolves has bought one player, so we are at one. 8 are still left. The Wolves are going aggressively at the start, which and are left with 8.6 crore. 1.4 crore are spent, 10 crore was the total budget, and now their average is lower than other people's average, which was 1.11, and now they are at 1.07. Still, they have 3.5 crore, which needs to be kept as a reserved amount, and now their 6 crore safe bid has reduced to 5.1 crore. Same goes for Comic Tigers as well, but they are not as aggressive as Wolves, and basically they are still in a conservative state because they only spent 85 lakh, whereas we know that 1.11 was the average amount, so they are still have spent below average and they are still in a safe state. They have an average spending of 1.14 crore, whereas other two teams are still at 1.11 crore. If I want to see by sorting by budget, you can see it as well. So this is it on bidding for auction players via admin panel, where only admin can bid, and the rule based approach comes into the picture. Hope you liked the video. If you have any questions, doubts, suggestions, anything, do let us know in the comment section and we will be obliged to help you there itself. Please like the video, subscribe to our channel for more tutorial videos on how the auction chase platform works, and we would ensure that we keep on bringing new tutorials and new features to the platform. Hit the like button, hit the share button, and share it with your friends and family. Thank you.